me, and I'm here to put my Herceptin in my leg. I'm not quite sure how many I've got left, because I did think I only had 3 left. Then she told me I had 5 left. I haven't been counting, but I'm thinking March is going to be my last one. So Robbie and I have been looking at holidays, maybe for June. Oh, in March. Oh, I go to Eurovision in May. I'll see you two in. Well, I found out in May, like the day after Eurovision, so that might be a nice closure thing. Even though I thought the bell would be closure, it made it worse. Who knows? Hello. I just had my ECG and my Echo. I have to have that routinely every 3 months because the Herceptin can cause heart failure. One thing she did say is that if that's going to happen, that usually happens at the beginning, so the first like 3 months or so. So hopefully that hasn't happened. Hopefully I'm okay. Yeah, so just routine heart scans. I think yesterday was my last Herceptin, so I'll have another one in 3 months and then hopefully I'll be done. But fingers crossed. Goodness me, that light, I can't even see. Okay, doing a COVID swab. Hello. So I've just finished talking to my oncologist about whether or not I should go on Tamoxifen. My mum and dad are looking after Luna, so that's why she's sat in the back, so that Robbie could come in with me. Apparently my tumour was a 3 out of 8 estrogen. Normally 4 and over they give Tamoxifen, so she basically said it's completely up to me. If I want to go on it, I can, which I don't really like that. I've been given the option, and it wasn't part of my treatment plan, so it sort of spiraled me a little bit. I kind of feel like there was an end, and now the end just always ends up getting further and further away. And obviously, like, you ring the bell, and I don't know if that's meant to give some sort of closure or what that's meant to give. But I know some people ring the bell at the end of every treatment plan, so I'm not really sure how I'm meant to feel after that. And, my tumour's still in a lab somewhere, amazingly, and very weird. She's had that checked again in hopes that it would come back either a 4 or a 2, because then they'd be more focused on what they would do. So if it was a 2, no Tamoxifen. If it was a 4, definitely Tamoxifen, but it came back a 3 again. So I really appreciate her doing that. And again, that's my choice. But I feel like now, if something does come back and I said no, I'm just going to be thinking back at that conversation with my oncologist, thinking, why didn't I say yes to the Tamoxifen? You know, so I think mentally I have to have it. And I mean, it's there as an option for me, so hopefully the side effects aren't bad, and hopefully it's okay. It's a weird one, isn't it? And my Herceptin. So my Herceptin in my leg was originally for 6 months. Now, there have been studies that show that it's exactly the same whether you take it for 6 months or a year. Some people say a year, some people say the 6 months and go by the study. But again, that was another thing that I wasn't expecting to have a talk conversation about today. So my oncologist said that if I wanted to, I can have the year, but I'd never considered having it for a year. I always thought it was 6 months. So now I'm pretty freaked out. She said that was that study, and the study said there was no difference between a year or 6 months. But she said that I'm young and I'm healthy. So if I wanted it for a year, then I'm not going to lose anything by having it for a year, because I haven't had any side effects that they would class as side effects, and I still have my ECG every 3 months, so they're still keeping up with me. And if anything did happen, that they'd take me off it straight away. Weird, because I didn't realise that last week was my last Herceptin, so it would have been 6 months to the day I started chemo. I didn't, it was originally on my sheet 12 Herceptins, which I questioned last week and said, well, if 18 cycles is a year, you just half that, and that'd be 6 months, so I'd be having 9. Someone's written it wrong on my annotations, because it turns out I was due to have 9. I think they've written 12 was in 12 months. But obviously that was wrong. Last one was last week, so I started to wrap my head around the fact that last week was my last one, because I wasn't ready, and I was like, oh no, goodbye everyone, and you know, oh, it might be my last one, and I didn't want it to be my last one because I wasn't ready, but I didn't want to wish it was I'd have any more. I didn't want to wish I'd have any more, but now it turns out I might be having more. So again, it's my choice. If I want another 6 months of Herceptin, it's there, it's available, which I'm grateful for. But it's another thing to wrap my head around. If I want another 6 months of Herceptin, and if I want 5 to 10 years of Tamoxifen. And that's the thing, you know, you have this treatment plan, and if you veer off the treatment plan a little bit, oh, the mind wanders, the mind does some awful things. Now Robbie's back. First of my new cycle of Herceptin, I've decided I'm going to do another 6 months. I brought my mug with me. I thought I'd be really prepared. My hair's gone crazy. I've like chopped a little fringe into it, so it's gone crazy. So because I'm taking Tamoxifen, I am having to have an eye test. So I'm going to have an eye test at the kind of the beginning of taking it to make sure my eyes are okay. So see if there's any deterioration. So yeah, I'm here for my eye test. Tamoxifen day today. So because I'm taking the Tamoxifen, I've had my Specsavers appointment. I can't believe it's nearly 5 o'clock and it's this dark, look.
Yeah.
Herceptin's done, in the leg. I thought I was filming, but I wasn't.
On the way in.
Yeah, there was an entrance video and I hadn't clicked.
There was an intro to this video.
There was an intro, but now
due to technical difficulties,
there's just a dark mess. And if you ever need inspiration to get a new iPhone, this is it, because this is ridiculous.
It has served you very well though.
It has. Well, I think it was yours. No, it wasn't. No, it has always been mine.
Yeah.
I only knew that because it's pink. I was like, otherwise that's ridiculous. Oh, look how dark it is now. Oh my goodness me. Okay, so my next Herceptin's done. I was in there like an hour because they weren't sure if I needed to have an echo beforehand or not. But I didn't, and I've had it. And I'll say goodbye because now it's just darkness.
The dog with the shiny jacket on back there, not back there.
You can't see that on the video. They're going to be distraught now that they haven't seen the dog.